story about what this song's about, so I guess I'll just lie and make up something different. No, but the song was written sort of around a period of time where I was going through I was in I guess an open relationship, but I didn't know I was in an open relationship, and so all the signs were there, but in the midst of all of this sort of emotional trauma of like this, I thought like of this rejection and mystery and lying and all this crazy stuff that was happening. Someone tried to break into my apartment and I caught them, and oddly that was not the first time that's happened to me. Sarah and I both, until recently, Sarah just got her driver's license, which is incredible, but up until very recently, neither of us had our driver's licenses. Sarah now does because she's a parent, but when we were 18, we had decided not to go to university, and we decided that we were going to play music, and my mom was like, well, you're going to get your driver's licenses and you're going to drive yourself to your own gigs because I'm not your fucking taxi. That was like sort of the gist. Which was fair, because we kind of did treat her like a taxi driver. And so we both took driver's ed and we both got jobs. And one day I worked at a coffee shop in the mornings, and I came home in the afternoon to go do driver's ed, to like do some driving with my instructor, who was a whole other story for the next time we come to North Bay. But anyway, so I went into the house, or I went up the steps to go into the house to drop off my work stuff, and the front door was kind of ajar. And you know, Sarah often was home before me, so when I opened the door, I called out to her, and she didn't answer, and our front entryway like led right into the living room, and this guy kind of came out of, there was a little bathroom off the corner of it, and this guy came out. He was a young guy, and he was holding, like, I was like, that's so weird, who is this person? And he was holding all of like these backpacks and bags of ours that were clearly full of things, and it took me about probably 2 seconds, but it felt like a half an hour where I was like, who is that? Is that a friend of Sarah's? Why is he holding our bags? Who's like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh my God. And I like yelled for Sarah, and he dropped the bags and he ran out the back door. And I did the worst thing you can do, which was I went around the house closing. He had opened all the windows and doors. I guess this is like, you know, to create a way out in case someone comes home for driver's ed. And but I went and I locked all the doors and windows, and then I called my mom at work. I just wanted to quickly say something. It's so terrifying. I think this is actually the scariest story. So I called my mom at work, but the receptionist at my mom's work is like, you need to hang up and call the police. Anyway, recently I got back into therapy, and my therapist was like, why don't you have a driver's license? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I was like, I can't really put it together. I just never really. And she was like, you know, you didn't ever like get a learner's and do driver's ed. And I'm like, well, now that you said it, I did. I was saying all of this just mostly to say that like there's something about getting into relationships where you know when you first meet somebody and you really like them and you show your best self to them, and you're like, you know, or at least I am. I really lay it on thick and try to show my best self, and then, you know, once you are pretty confident that you're in the relationship you think you are with them and things are good, then you start to unravel and the real you starts to come out. Anyway, I feel like as I get older, I realize the more charming part of being an adult is just getting to just own who you are and just be like, I don't have a driver's license. That's it. You're gonna drive me around. You gotta pick me up. You gotta drop me off. You are my taxi driver. Anyway, this next song is about the first serious taxi driver I fell in love with. Who drove me around in her topless Jeep, which is very gay, and I love it. The two of us in a topless Jeep with our spiky hair, just not moving in the wind. It was all very terribly romantic.